Xiao Hanzheng, basking in the envious glares of his fellow scholars, proudly tours the school with his sharp-witted wife, savoring the attention while carrying secret letters retrieved from the concierge. In the comfort of the Bai family restaurant, the couple unwraps the chaos unfolding in the capital. The letter from the old Xiao family reveals their pride and reckless behavior in the general's residence. With a cold, shared understanding, they decide not to interfere with the troublemakers just yet, choosing instead to let their enemies sharpen the blades of their own destruction. A second letter exposes the general's sinister honey trap, confirming that the troublemakers will soon be cast out of the capital as pawns in a deadly game. As they journey back home, the pair discusses the inevitable retaliation from the general, feeling a thrill at the prospect of the coming chess match against those who abandoned them. Fate intervenes when they spot the crafty third son, Shi, prompting the couple to seize the opportunity to manipulate him into becoming their eyes and ears within the Shi family. Inside the quiet temple, Shi Qingluo performs a masterful ruse, activating hidden mechanisms to create a divine gust of wind that strikes fear into the heart of third son Shi. Convinced by the supernatural sign, third son Shi grows desperate, agreeing to Shi Qingluo's terms and promising to act as her informant in exchange for the chance to bear a son. With a flick of her tongue and the guise of divine favor, Shi Qingluo binds her father to her will, turning the once crafty man into a pawn in her grand strategy. After a second manifestation of the old immortal's power, third son Shi is completely broken, fully committing to betraying his own kin to serve Shi Qingluo. In the heart of the capital, Xiao Yuanqi receives intelligence from a spy regarding the mysterious woman who has been whispering advice to the troublemaking Xiao relatives. Aware of the mastermind behind the chaos, Xiao Yuanqi orders his agents to travel to Nanxi, plotting to eliminate his son's wife without ever getting his own hands dirty. The gears of a lethal plan begin to turn as the general seeks to weaponize the Wu and Shi families to crush the threat he has only just begun to understand. The spy, burdened by her own terminal illness, is sent to infiltrate the lives of the troublemakers and keep a sharp watch on the target, Shi Qingluo. Astonishment washes over Xiao Yuanqi as he learns of his son's medical mastery, his high-profile network, and his genius for invention, forcing him to reevaluate his discarded child. The woman beside the general feels her heart race with dread, poisoning Xiao Yuanqi's thoughts to ensure the rival son never makes his way back into the general's inner circle. Driven by a fragile ego and the fear of his past failures being exposed, Xiao Yuanqi decides to nip his son's burgeoning success in the bud, choosing destruction over reconciliation. Deep within his private residence, Xiao Yuanqi plots his son's downfall, determined to destroy Xiao Hanzheng's future and force him to remain a simple village merchant. With a cold heart, Ji Chunru encourages her husband to find a subservient wife to replace Shi Qingluo, hoping to strip away the only support her stepson has. Back in Xiaxi village, life continues in the sugar workshop, where Shi Qingluo and Xiao Hanzheng share a moment of tranquility amidst the scent of boiling sugar. Noble Liang Yaoxiao finds himself captivated by the unique candies produced by the workshop, failing to see the storm of manipulation brewing around Shi Qingluo. Third son Shi arrives with chilling news of a conspiracy. The Wu family intends to frame Xiao Hanzheng at the upcoming flower feast, aiming to ruin his reputation forever. The plan is as vicious as it is cowardly. Shi Qingluo is to be forced into the river, branded a suicide, all while her husband is trapped in a false scandal to strip him of his scholarly potential. The realization hits. The Wu family is merely a pawn being used by Xiao Yuanqi and his mistress in the capital to eliminate the thorn in their side. Unfazed, Shi Qingluo lays out the history of the betrayal, revealing to the curious Liang Yaoxiao the depth of the cruelty she and her husband have faced. Bonding over their shared ruthlessness, Liang Yaoxiao and Shi Qingluo plot a counter-strike, turning the Wu family's trap against their own allies. Shi Qingluo instructs third son Shi to manipulate fourth son Shi into the trap, ensuring the blame lands squarely on the Wu family's own schemes. The scheme is perfect. By forcing fourth son Shi to take the place of his brother-in-law, the Wu family will find themselves legally and socially bound to the very person they intended to betray. The brilliance of the strategy leaves the room in stunned silence. The predators are about to become the prey in a game they never saw coming. Shi Qingluo proposes a final, humiliating blow to the general, spreading rumors that Xiao Yuanqi harbors a preference for men, effectively destroying his reputation among the military elite. The sheer wickedness of the idea leaves Liang Yaoxiao in hysterics. While third son, she realizes he is standing in the presence of someone far more dangerous than he ever imagined. Xiao Hanzheng finds himself falling even harder for his wife, recognizing that her sharp, unforgiving mind is the perfect shield against the darkness of his past. Liang Yaoxiao proposes a new piece on the chessboard. Zai Rui, a reckless noble with his own vendetta against the Xiao family, perfectly positioned to execute their scheme. They debate the risks of involving the capital's elites, but Shi Qingluo realizes that with Zai Rui's unpredictable nature, they could watch from afar as their enemies burn. The alliance is solidified. With the promise of novel fun and the thrill of chaos, the path to ruining Xiao Yuanqi is now well paved by the capital's most bored and dangerous youth. In the quiet of the village, Shi Qingluo hatches a plan to bring modern entertainment to the capital. Intrigued by the progress of her cement roads, she teases a new project that will surely ruffle feathers among the idle youth. With Liang Yaoxiao dismissed, the couple shares a moment of dark solidarity. Xiao Hanzheng reveals his perfectly crafted scheme to trap the man he despises, turning his own father's treacherous history against him through a web of orchestrated humiliation. To cement their influence and shield themselves from future schemes, the pair decides to spread the wealth. By empowering the villagers of Nanxi County with the secret of vermicelli production, they build a protective wall of prosperity and public favor around their household. The lessons begin. Shi Qingluo freely imparts the knowledge of vermicelli making, watching as her reputation grows from the wife of a scholar to a respected benefactor of the common people. At a prestigious flower banquet, the air grows thick with hidden malice. Xiao Hanzheng realizes the trap laid by his enemies, but having consumed his own antidote, he prepares to turn the tables on fourth son Shi and the plotting Wu family. Behind the scenes, the puppet master is outmaneuvered. Fourth son Shi, seeking to secure his own future with the Wu family, turns the poisoned chalice onto the very woman who intended to use it to snare Xiao Hanzheng. The performance begins. Pretending to be incapacitated by the spiked tea, Xiao Hanzheng allows fourth son Shi to guide him away, setting the stage for a spectacular downfall of their adversaries. The mask drops. Away from the crowd, Xiao Hanzheng reveals his sobriety, leaving fourth son Shi in a cold sweat as he forces his uncle to choose between being a pawn or a co-conspirator in his own revenge. Tragedy of errors unfolds. Fourth son Shi leads the disgraced Wu Zixi before the eyes of the high scholar and his guests, turning the Wu family's scheme into a public spectacle of ruin. Caught in his own trap, eldest young Master Wu can only watch in silence as the reputation of his house shatters. Fourth son Shi, feigning honorable concern, cements his claim to the ruined girl, leaving the Wu family trapped by their own machinations. The performance is flawless. Fourth son Shi paints himself as the victim of fate, forced into an honorable marriage to restore the reputation of a woman who sought to destroy him, effectively silencing any opposition from the Wu family. Back at the estate, the fallout is brutal. Master Wu turns his fury upon Wu Zixi, realizing that his family's pride has been sacrificed to the incompetence of his own kin, leaving them with no choice but to accept the forced union. The mastermind stands in the shadows. Xiao Hanzheng watches the chaos with satisfaction, knowing his enemies have been dismantled without him ever having to soil his own hands. The final chapter of this act begins. Having settled their score with the Wu family, the couple turns their attention to the remaining threats, walking into the Shi family's home to collect their dues. Terror is a great motivator. Shi Qingluo reminds the family of their place, wielding both the threat of violence and the promise of profit to bend them to her will. Greed overrides fear. With the lure of 1,000 taels of silver, Shi Qingluo turns the bickering women of the Shi household into her own personal army of agitators, ready to descend upon the Wu family and demand their pound of flesh. The plan is set in motion. With her chess pieces placed and her enemies reeling, Shi Qingluo prepares to watch the Wu family crumble under the relentless assault of her own kin, ensuring that none who cross them will go unpunished. The Shi family troublemakers find themselves caught in a web of their own greed and Shi Qingluo's sharp tongue. Though they initially planned to confront the Wu family, they are now under the subtle, masterful influence of Shi Qingluo, who manipulates them into turning their aggression against her enemies. With the pawns in place, Shi Qingluo and Xiao Hanzheng stroll away from the chaos. Xiao Hanzheng admires his wife's cunning ability to turn the wicked against each other, ensuring that justice is served without them even having to lift a finger. The next day, Shi Qingluo brings a party to the county town, including an intrigued Liang Yaoxiao. From the vantage point of a tea house, they watch as the stage is set for a public spectacle that will humiliate the Wu family. The performance begins. Old Lady Shi and the other Shi women throw themselves at the entrance of the Wu estate, wailing about ruined purity and extortionate betrothal gifts. The onlookers are horrified, and the reputation of the Wu family begins to crumble in the dust. The Wu family tries to suppress the scandal, but Old Lady Shi remains relentless. She weaponizes her status as a victim, clinging to the noblewomen of the Wu family and refusing to negotiate anywhere but in the public eye. Fourth son, she steps forward, revealing he holds a piece of damning evidence that could bring the wrath of the magistrate down upon the Wu family. The sight of the medicine bottle sends the Wu men into a state of panic. Desperate to avoid a scandal that would reach the magistrate, eldest young Master Wu is forced to capitulate. He attempts to reframe the extortion as a generous dowry, but the Shi family holds their ground, demanding the insulting price of 2 silver coins. By refusing to settle quietly, the Shi family turns the situation into a comedy of errors. Old Lady Shi triumphs, publicly declaring that the Wu family's daughter is worth a mere 2 taels, ensuring the Wu family's social ruin is complete. Inside the Wu residence, the power dynamic has shifted. Old Lady Shi and her kin act as though they own the house, tormenting MDM Wu with their crude manners and impossible demands for compensation. When the Wu family tries to skimp on the dowry, Old Lady Shi threatens to take their evidence straight to the magistrate. She forces them to grant her son a share of the family assets, leaving the Wu family with no room to maneuver. Safe in the tea house, Shi Qingluo basks in the success of her plan. Liang Yaoxiao is genuinely impressed and slightly terrified by how thoroughly she has dismantled the Wu family's dignity. Even Mother Xiao and Xiao Bailey find themselves in agreement with Shi Qingluo. They have witnessed the efficiency of her cruelty, realizing that mercy is a luxury they cannot afford when facing such ruthless enemies. The final blow is struck in the streets. Shi Qingluo dispatches Xiao Erlang to spread the story of the Wu family's greed to every corner of the county, cementing their reputation as bandits and bullies. Mo Qingling watches the drama unfold with amusement, acknowledging that only Shi Qingluo could have orchestrated such a precise, humiliating downfall for the Wu family. As the dust settles, Liang Yaoxiao decides he must return to the capital, compelled by the sheer entertainment and tactical brilliance he witnessed. He realizes that staying near Shi Qingluo is the only way to ensure he remains at the heart of the action. The Shi family now treats Shi Qingluo with fearful reverence. They have completely abandoned their former grumbling, hoping to gain her favor and the prosperity that follows her path. Shi Qingluo turns fourth son Shi into her weapon of choice. By dangling the prospect of the Wu family's assets before him, she ensures he will continue to press the attack, even if it means destroying his own future in-laws. Xiao Hanzheng watches his wife with pride. She has managed to sell the Shi family's allegiance while they remain convinced it was their own idea to follow her, a true testament to her lethal diplomatic genius. Old lady, she cements the family's new philosophy: never offend the girl who can conjure favors from magistrates and nobles alike. The cycle of bullying and manipulation has been completely rewritten under Shi Qingluo's iron will. Xiao Hanzheng orchestrates a clever trap, directing fourth son Shi to deliver the incriminating medicine bottle to Mo Qingling under the guise of a casual lunch, successfully bypassing the Wu family's surveillance. On the cement paths of the village, Shi Qingluo unveils the skateboard, a revolutionary invention that leaves the local aristocrats and children breathless with excitement and curiosity. Recognizing the commercial potential of her inventions, Shi Qingluo partners with Liang Yaoxiao to mass-produce these transport tools, laying the groundwork for a lucrative new business venture. Seeking to manipulate the capital's elite, Shi Qingluo introduces the concepts of mahjong and poker, promising a new addiction that will entice even the most jaded royal uncles. As Xiao Hanzheng tests the new scooter, the couple shares a tender, intimate moment, solidifying their bond amidst the backdrop of their rapidly expanding influence and clever schemes. With their love as their foundation, the couple crafts a plan to infiltrate the capital's gambling scene, secure in their partnership and ready to outmaneuver any rivals. The addictive nature of Dao Diju takes hold, as the aristocrats are lured into the game, spending the entire night obsessed with the new, thrilling mechanics of the cards. The games of mahjong and Dao Diju become a staple in the Xiao household, sharpening the couple's skills and deepening the addiction of their guests. Liang Yaoxiao finally departs for the capital, armed with the new inventions and gambling games, eager to establish his dominance and manipulate the political landscape. In the capital, a vengeful Ji Chunru plots to ruin the reputations of the Xiao couple, enlisting dark agents to sow discord and misfortune in Nangxi County. The impending forced marriage between the Shi and Wu families ignites tensions, creating a perfect storm of social drama that the manipulative Ji Chunru intends to exploit. The reopening of the Taoist temple draws massive crowds, as Shi Qingluo prepares to stage a divine manifestation that will cement her master's legendary reputation. With a clever use of mirrors and light, Shi Qingluo triggers a golden glow that convinces the pious villagers of the old immortal's divine presence. In the safety of the shadows, the couple shares a secret moment of triumph, marveling at how easily their scientific ingenuity was mistaken for divine intervention. Recognizing the vulnerability of their agricultural experiments, the couple decides to hire local villagers to protect the temple and the crops, turning a practical need into a social good. Xiao Hanzheng initiates a compassionate employment scheme, providing dignity and a livelihood to the village's lonely elderly through tasks at the temple and in the fields. The initiative is met with overwhelming gratitude, as the village bonds strengthen under the Xiao couple's leadership, further elevating their status and securing the community's prosperity. With a gentle hand, Shi Qingluo provides the village elders a place of dignity, ensuring their golden years are spent in comfort while they tend to the temple grounds, turning the site into a hive of productive, peaceful activity. After a long journey, the mischievous Liang Yaoxiao returns to the capital, bearing a peculiar treasure intended to soothe his grandmother's boredom, a game of strategy that will soon capture the hearts of the noble ladies. The skeptics are silenced as the clatter of tiles fills the room. What once seemed like mere scraps of wood has become the center of the household's joy, proving that Liang Yaoxiao knows exactly how to stir the pot. The patriarch arrives, fire in his eyes to punish the wayward grandson, but the infectious laughter and the intrigue of the new game stop his lecture dead in its tracks. Even the stern old master Liang finds his resolve crumbling. One game is all it takes to transform a potential punishment into a late afternoon session of tile stacking and tactical maneuvers. With the white jade tiles gleaming, the bait is set. The household is distracted, and the capital's elite are about to walk straight into the trap of a game they cannot refuse. Fish has taken the bait. As Zai Rui arrives, eager to see what has captivated the elders, the stage is set for a new game that will ripple far beyond the walls of the Liang Manor. Bound by sugary treats and shared rebellion, the two young masters find common ground. The mahjong table becomes the sanctuary where they plot and navigate the treacherous waters of their high-born families. A bitter resentment bubbles to the surface as Zai Rui reveals the schemes of Xiao Yuanqi's wife, a woman whose petty viciousness has made her a target for the two young men's combined ire. It is said that when you are sleepy, someone brings you a pillow, and here the alliance between the two is forged, ready to repay the insults dealt by the general's ambitious wife. The plan moves into motion as the two dandies bait the emperor's uncle, pulling him into their web of games, unaware that he is merely a piece in their much larger game of social ruin. In the shadow of the capital, the vengeful sister plots to move her brother to the border, weaponizing their influence to ensure the Xiao family's path is paved with danger and inevitable tragedy. Vengeance is the singular goal. As the siblings coordinate their move to the borders, the dark seeds of betrayal are sown, setting the stage for a confrontation far from the quiet of the village. The plot thickens as the villagers arrive with news of a sinister bribe. The shadow of the capital's elite reaches into the quiet village, but they have underestimated the sharp wit of their target. With a flick of her hand, Shi Qingluo turns the tables. She commands them to report the bribe to the officials, a move designed not to punish the perpetrators immediately, but to strip away the mask of their reputation. Justice will be served in time, but for now, the cycle of the family continues. While plots are spun against them, they maintain their control, offering healing to those who choose to stand on their side. Xiao Hanzheng offers a glimmer of hope to third son Shi and MDM Niu regarding their future family, while the couple shares a suspicious observation about an unsettling woman sent from the capital. With cold determination, Xiao Hanzheng vows to protect his loved ones by striking at the root of his enemy's power, setting his sights on crippling Ji Chunyi's ambitions before they even reach the border. As the news of her brother's mutilated fate reaches her, Ji Chunru's world crumbles, plunging her into a state of hysterical shock and madness. Xiao Yuanqi attempts to console a pregnant Ji Chunru, shielding her from the brutal reality of her brother's permanent injury while struggling with his own disappointment. The sight of her brother's mangled body shatters Ji Chunru's last shred of composure, leading her to demand vengeance with a manic intensity. Caught in the web of his wife's grief and his own thwarted ambitions, Xiao Yuanqi vows to hunt for the truth, wrongly assuming the Zai family's involvement. Oblivious to the deadly scheme unfolding against his rivals, Zai Rui spends the evening laughing and drinking, unaware he is being credited for a disaster he did not cause. Zai Rui craftily weaves a scandalous narrative, manipulating the emperor's uncle into believing that Xiao Yuanqi hides a dark and illicit secret. The seed of doubt is planted deep as the emperor's uncle begins to reconsider his perception of the general, swayed by Zai Rui's carefully constructed lies. With a wicked idea in mind, the two conspirators agree to a plan that will trap Xiao Yuanqi, masking their malicious intent with the facade of being victims. The trap is set. Under the watchful eyes of hidden observers, Xiao Yuanqi unwittingly consumes a drugged cup of wine that will soon cloud his judgment. As the drug takes hold, reality warps for Xiao Yuanqi. He moves through the garden in a daze, guided by a hallucination that leads him straight into a carefully prepared scandal. The show reaches its crescendo. Zai Rui and Liang Yaoxiao observe the unfolding disaster with wicked delight, knowing that the trap they laid has caught its mark. Witnesses flock to see the aftermath of the orchestrated event, ensuring that the rumor of Xiao Yuanqi's scandalous behavior spreads like wildfire through the capital. Awakening to the reality of the situation, a furious Xiao Yuanqi demands an explanation, while his victim-playing companion insists on his own innocence to avoid death. Threats are exchanged, and silence is bought with the promise of blood, leaving Xiao Yuanqi to carry the crushing weight of a ruined reputation and a burning need for vengeance. Returning to his residence in a foul mood, Xiao Yuanqi finds his household in disarray, and his wife, Shi Qingluo, overcome with grief over her brother's maimed leg, unknowingly planting the seeds of further ambition in their home. While Shi Qingluo attempts to comfort her injured brother, a new, cold-blooded ambition stirs within her sister, Shi Qingluo, who views the family's misfortune as a ladder to greater power within the imperial court. In a startling revelation, Shi Qingluo declares her intent to become the second prince's second queen, gambling their family's future and social status on the hope that the prince will one day ascend to the throne. Seeing the logic in such ruthless ambition, Shi Qingluo agrees to help maneuver her sister into the prince's residence, hoping that this gamble will secure their safety and provide the power needed to destroy their enemies. The realization hits Xiao Yuanqi like a physical blow. He has been systematically targeted by Zai Rui and his associates, his reputation within the imperial court crumbling as whispers of his supposed scandals spread through the city. As Xiao Yuanqi flees the disdainful gazes of his peers in the court, his thirst for vengeance against Zai Rui grows, even as he finds himself forced to retreat to his manor in disgrace. Unaware of the full scope of the conspiracy, old lady Xiao returns from the streets fueled by gossip and rage, confronting Shi Qingluo in a violent outburst that threatens the stability of the entire household. The vitriol of old lady Xiao's curses proves too much for Shi Qingluo, leading to a tragic miscarriage that leaves the future of the general's residence hanging by a thread. Returning to a scene of despair, Xiao Yuanqi finds his wife broken by loss, while Shi Qingluo hides her icy detachment behind a veil of crocodile tears, already planning how to leverage this tragedy. As Xiao Yuanqi holds his grieving wife, the once strong bond of their marriage begins to crack, burdened by the heavy weight of lost children, his mother's cruelty, and his own bruised pride. Haunted by memories of his past, Xiao Yuanqi begins to question the choices that led him here, his mind drifting to the family he abandoned and the bitter ironies of his current, crumbling existence. Manipulated by his own parents into shifting his blame toward others, a feverish Xiao Yuanqi finds himself emotionally compromised, temporarily shielding those who helped ruin his peace. While Xiao Yuanqi suffers in isolation, Zai Rui and his circle of friends turn the streets of the capital into their personal playground, introducing the wildly popular skateboards to the delight of the bored elite. The trend sweeps through the capital like wildfire. Despite their initial resistance, wealthy fathers eventually succumb to their children's demands, unaware they are merely fueling the financial coffers of Liang Yaoxiao. In the safety of Xiaoxi village, Shi Qingluo and Xiao Hanzheng watch from afar as their schemes unfold perfectly, savoring the inevitable breakdown of the family that once wronged them. With a wicked glint in her eyes, Shi Qingluo proposes a new strategy, not just to ruin the scumbag father, but to force a reconciliation that will ultimately lead to his further humiliation and Mother Xiao's glorious independence. Determined to make the best of a losing hand, Xiao Yuanqi decides to use the confession of the waiter as a tool for leverage, plotting to trade his pride for influence within the powerful public administrator house. With the documents in hand, Xiao Yuanqi enters the lion's den, attempting to force a favor from Zai Xinheng, blind to the fact that his actions are merely another move in a game already won by his son.